Hello and welcome. We are live and we can see what's going on. The S&P 500, this is the S&P 500, the cash itself, the main thing, closed at 3924.41. Let's see where the futures is at the moment. It's at trying to rally now. Okay, pretty much where the main thing itself closed at 3926.65 right now. Okay, so Bob Kendall, you may know him. He's saying here, this is what he's saying on Twitter. Perfect hit on R2 and rejection. R2 4009. Let's get that. 4009, was that where it was rejected? Yes, some 4009. Actually got higher than that. S&P cash reached 4016. It was rejected. As a matter of fact, early in the session, that was where it was. 4016. So whatever. Yes, it's a rejection. Should have an announcement on public Discord. So yes, these are the high was 395. The low was 3955 so far. Now that's not the low for the S&P. Things have changed. The low is 3906, just a few minutes before this, 20 minutes, about even less than 20 minutes before the session closed. It was at 3906. Yeah, so what is this? Okay, R2 resistance number 2 is 4009. Okay, this is RXT. This is the resistance at which you probably should take your money out. R1 is 3987. We got that, reached that. But in any case, what do we have? We have S&P right now. Let's refresh and see where it is right now. It's at still at 3926, 3926. Okay, let's quickly jump into Tesla and see what's going on there. Tesla dropped 2.51%. Down 0.0, up 0.04% now in this post-market session. A lot of news out there. As a matter of fact, we can't even get okay, all three major indexes. Okay, energy leads gainers, real estate the weakest of the group. Okay, the Labor Department did market participants solid on Friday, that's today, delivering an unemployment report that struck a fine balance between providing evidence that the Fed's hawkish monetary policy is having the desired cooling effect, along with the reassurance that the central bank so far doesn't appear to have cooled the economy into contraction. The US workforce grew by 315,000 last month, landing just north of 300,000 consensus, and marking a 40.1% deceleration from July. That deceleration is perhaps counterintuitively good news for investors scanning the skies for any sign the Federal Reserve might ease its foot off the policy tightening gas pedal. It comes on the heels of last week's dire warnings from the Fed. Yes, thank you very much for joining us. This comes on the heels of last week's dire warnings from the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell that an economic slowdown and rising joblessness could be lurking in the wings as the central bank wages its ongoing war against inflation. This report indicates the Fed is going to raise interest rates by half a percentage point this month. The reason being is that wage inflation seems to have peaked, according to Peter Cadillo, chief market economist at Spartan Capital Securities in New York. The jobs market is heading for a real cooling off period. The markets agree. In the report's wake, financial markets are pricing in a 58% probability of another 75 basis points rate hike in September, according to CME's Fed Watch tool, down from 70% before the report was released. On the basic level, investors don't like surprises and generally prefer measured data to land close to expectations. As this one did, perhaps the most welcome piece of data was a cool down in wage inflation, which inched down 0.2 percentage point to 0.3% on a monthly basis, while holding steady at 5.2% year on year. That to me is what the Fed wants to see, according to Christina Hooper, chief global strategist at Invesco. Okay, I would expect to see wage growth continue to moderate from here. I've always been of the opinion that the Fed will hike by 50 basis points, according to Hooper, and I think it will change some of the minds that we're expecting 75 basis points later in September. Even so, as shown in we can't see that graph below, inflation might have peaked all. Might have peaked. All major indicators are taking their sweet time, shuffling down that mountain towards Powell & Co.'s average annual 2% target. The unemployment rate offered the report's biggest surprise, unexpectedly jumping 0.2 percentage points to 3.7%. Economists saw the number holding firm at 3.5%. Unemployment rose for the right reasons as workers continue to return to the labor market in search of jobs. Okay, yes, we were supposed to look at what Tesla is doing. Let's see. Tesla Inc. had the highest turnover of any stock, the S&P 500. In Friday afternoon trading with 10.5 billion shares worth of shares exchanging hands. Below is okay, so that's what's going on there, or that was what happened. Tesla had the biggest turnover in this session. Let's see what they're saying there. Okay, Tesla Inc. was found to be the most popular and talked about stock on social media platforms, including TikTok and Instagram, according to a study by financial services provider CMC Markets that analyzed data from posts on sites focused on equities. More than 45.4 million views on TikTok posted with hashtag /Tesla stock, and 28,391 posts hashtag with the same. Hot meme favorite AMC's Diamond Holdings Inc. came in a close second, while third in place was Apple Inc., Amazon.com and GameStop also made it to the top 5. CMC Markets said the findings also show the sheer amount of views one can get from posting about them, and that many people are turning to social media for their information on the stock market, even tips and tricks for using it properly. Meme stocks include AMC and GameStop were unsurprising to be included on the list, as they are considered as some of the biggest pioneers of social media fueled rises and falls. Okay, so yeah, Tesla was popular today in this session. Okay, let's see, 50.32 million shares crossed the tape and still counting. Okay, let's see market depth. Let's see the order book for Tesla right now. There is pretty much we can see a decent number of market orders going through for, okay, I would say that, yes, a decent number of market orders coming through for Tesla stock. You can see the price is this currently at 27 was at 270.41. Okay, 270.35. Can we see any of them coming through? 270.35. We're not seeing that. 270.21. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next stock. The next stock is AMD. AMD lost 2.52%, 2.54%, down, rather up 0.1% now. No news for AMD. Okay, 84.661 million shares across the tape. Look at the order book here for AMD, trading at 80.32%. Okay, let's look at PXMD. PXMD Inc. gained 47.71% in this session of the 2nd of April, but it's down 0.77 in this post-market session. Let's see whether we can get the news. Okay, let's see. Okay, PXMD rallied Friday, that's today, with shares of the anti-prunergic drug therapies company advancing over 50% shortly before Friday's closing bell, after a regulatory filing overnight showed executive board chairman Michael Derby bought 95,000 PXMD shares from underwriters for the company's IPO late last week. The 500,000 stock purchase through Derby's TardyMed Sciences Venture Capital Fund increased his indirect stake in the company to more than 7.3 million shares. He also directly owns another 361,000 shares, including restricted stock units. Microbot. We had a slight disconnection there, but I think it's okay. Okay, 7.709 million shares across the tape for PXMD. Let's get options. No, it's not optionable. Okay, let's see Nvidia. Nvidia was in the news yesterday and is still very much talked about at the moment. So we have the news. Let's see. I think it's been barred from selling to China, I believe. We saw the news. Let's see whether we can get it for you. Definitely, you probably know already. Just hold on, I'm going to get the news concerning Nvidia. Okay, so Beijing slams US restrictions on Nvidia's chip exports. China has condemned the US move that threatens its access to high-end processors from US companies that are central to the most demanding artificial intelligence war, after Washington stepped up its efforts to restrict exports of cutting-edge technology to its trade and military rival. So US officials have told the chipmaker Nvidia that it will need special licenses to sell to sell to Chinese customers two of its um, processors that are widely used to speed up AI calculations. The company said in a filing on Wednesday. The government is imposing the requirement on any products containing its A100 and forthcoming H100 graphical processing units. The processors are used as accelerators to speed up the most data-intensive parts of the machine learning calculations used in artificial intelligence. AMD, whose GPUs are also used as accelerators for AI calculations, said it had also been told that it would need to apply for licenses in order to sell its most advanced accelerator, the MI250X, in China. Nvidia said the crackdown, which also covered sales to Russia, was aimed at preventing military use of these processors. However, powerful AI chips are an important dual-use technology that also plays a central role in the data centers of companies that process large volumes of data, potentially leading to broader economic impact. Shares of the company fell 11% yesterday. Yesterday, the 1st of August, 1st of September 2022. Chinese foreign ministry officials Chinese foreign ministry official Wang Wenbin said yesterday, the 1st of September, that the US was attempting to impose a technological blockade on China. He said the ban showed the US was trying to maintain its technological hegemony. The move marks the latest salvo from the US to restrict technology exports to China over what Washington has described as concerns that they could be used for military purposes. The US has imposed restrictions on exporting technology to a number of Chinese companies and has taken aim at the company's push for self-sufficiency in semiconductors. Chinese Commerce Ministry Representative Xu Jueting said the move undermined the legitimate rights and interests of Chinese companies and the stability of global industrial and supply chains. Nvidia said in a filing that it was engaging with customers in China and seeking to satisfy their planned or future purchases of their data center products, with products not subject to new license requirements. Analysts at investment bank Jefferies said the biggest users of the chipsets in China were cloud and service providers and large internet companies. These were no direct local substitutes. There are no direct local substitutes, they said, and one alternative will be to use multiple lower-end processors from Nvidia that are not banned. This attempt to replicate the processing power would not achieve the same speeds and come at much higher costs, they added. Nvidia said the order also applies to GPUs sold in Russia, though it does not currently sell its products in the country. It added that about $400 million in potential sales to China this quarter might be affected by the new license requirements. So yes, that's what's going on with Nvidia. Okay, there's another news there. It says Cathie Wood's ARK ETFs bought Nvidia after a sharp sell-off in the chip maker yesterday. Okay, so deep buyers have taken advantage of that. So 74.16 million shares cost to tape for Nvidia in this session. Okay, let's see the next one, Apple. So we're counting down to the launch of the iPhone 7, that have your iPhone 14, that will be on Wednesday the 7th of September. Apple lost 1.36% and up 0.06 in this post-market session. Aurora Innovation Inc. Chief Executive Chris Urmson recently laid out a series of options for self-driving companies to combat challenging market conditions, including a possible sales Apple Inc. or Microsoft Corp. So Bloomberg News reported today, shares of Aurora jumped 14.7% to $2.42 in afternoon trading. Urmson, who co-founded Aurora after running Google's self-driving car project, also floated measures including cost cuts, taking the company private and spinning off assets, the report said, citing an internal memo. Okay. Let's see whether we can find more news concerning Apple. Self-driving company Aurora floats possible sale to Apple or Microsoft. We read that. Okay, there seems to be some news there. Okay, let's see. Yes, shares of Apple Inc. Okay, we're up 1% at some points. Okay, so the analysis of the people at is it Morgan Stanley shows that early event timing shouldn't have any material impact to Q4 seasonality, and believe iPhone pricing will be the most important deal to track. Morgan Stanley. Okay, they don't expect the iPhone 14 or iPhone 14 Max to feature many changes from the iPhone 13, with the exception of the iPhone 14 Max replacing the iPhone Mini to bring a 6.7-inch display to the sub $1,000 price point for the first time. Morgan Stanley believes on a like-for-like basis, flagship iPhone 14 prices will be unchanged versus iPhone 13 series. Okay, 76.359 million shares crossed the tape. Okay. Okay, let's look at the last one, DRUG. Bright Minds up gained 31.38% and down 3.63 in this post-market session. There's no news there. 62.122 million shares crossed the tape. Okay, let's see what's going on with the S&P futures. Okay, it's just right on 29.42. And the US market is going to be closed till Tuesday the 6th of September. So once again, there was a rejection at 409 for the S&P, and I'm signing out, and thank you very much for joining this live